The third thing about VidCon that I keep dwelling on, and I've heard some strong opinions from some of my longtime followers who, you know, heard me talking about it when I did go to VidCon several years in a row before I got married and moved up here and everything. And I definitely did have a lot of disappointing experiences at past VidCons. Part of that to keep in mind anytime I complain about stuff is that, like most humans, but for me especially, I am more likely to talk about stuff that upsets me than I am to talk about stuff that makes me happy. I don't know, I feel sappy and like I'm gloating if I'm like, oh, this thing makes me so happy, I'm so lucky to blah blah blah. But I also just am a fairly negative person, and I always have been, and I accept that, and you know, I'm trying not to be, but I'm using the handy cam I got for my son because I don't like carrying my DSLR everywhere, and it doesn't tell me how long I've been recording, so hopefully it hasn't been too long. I don't know, whatever. So anyway, I have had disappointing experiences at past VidCons. One of them was that like I said, I wasn't staying at the Hilton, and I'm obviously not a special guest, so I wasn't allowed in the lobby area, the lobby bar area where a lot of the networking happens. And so I was just like awkwardly sitting outside where, you know, going to these panels, if I could even get in, it was always very infuriating that you would have all these fangirls go into the panel that was like how to, I don't know, edit movies or something. But then they'd have some popular young British boy on the panel and they go to question and answer, and there'd be 1,200 girls all going like, what do you look for in a girlfriend? Or what's your favorite cereal? And it's like, I get it. They're young, they're enthusiastic, but go to the meet and greet if you're gonna ask that stuff. But of course, you know, they made it into a lottery because there's so many teenage girls trying to meet all these young people that, oh, the youngs. They get over full, so then they bleed over to the creator track or whatever, and just, and there's jealousy. There is jealousy that I have been doing this for so long, and I've always been I've been obscure, and then I've been hated. And it's weird trying to go back to my gaming channel, which is still on the horizon. I'm just kind of dragging my feet until either, you know, I can get the kids into school and daycare or something. I don't know, trying to build up a plan before I officially relaunch it. But, you know, going back to my old gaming channel, and at one point I had like 10,000 subscribers, and I was like, oh my god, that's so many. Now, because of subscriber burn and stuff, because I haven't uploaded it for a while, it's 6,000. And you know, you see these new people just starting to make YouTube, and they're so happy to get like 100 views, and it's like, it's sweet, but at the same time, you don't matter until you get into the millions of subscribers. And even then, you know, there's some million plus subscriber people out there who get a rude awakening when all of a sudden YouTube like demonetizes them or something, and this is their career that they make money off of, which is not a bad thing. If you're putting a lot of work into your videos, you know, that's not a bad thing. Now, I have issues with independently wealthy people who just hire a whole fucking team to edit their videos for them. Yes, that bothers me, but you know, whatever, do you. It's not like it's just endemic to YouTube. Anyway, so yeah, you know, I got like 6,000 on Sorry Got Game, and then on Topless Topics I've got like 40,000, although it might be less now, I don't know. But 99% of them are fucking perverts who don't give a shit what I'm talking about. They literally just click on hoping to see female nipples, and I really don't give a shit about those people. I really don't count those kinds of people as views, because as difficult as a concept this is for, you know, all these dude bros who like post links to my videos on cringe subreddits and go like, look at this whore, she flashes her tits on the online and then says she doesn't want people saying sexual things about her. Yes, again, how can you normalize non-sexual female nipples if the only time you see female nipples are in sexual situations? Oh my god, galaxy brain thought right there. Anyway, I really do, you know, as selfish as it is, as self-centered as it is, I would like to produce content that people watch because they find it useful, or they, you know, like to hear someone else talking about their depression, or they, you know, are interested in the same video games as I am, or they want to commiserate about parenting or something. And it is very exhausting to not actually reach people who are receptive to the idea of seeing topless women as people too, only getting the haters and the perverts, or people that already agree with me as you know, nudists go, which is fine, is great, but you know, it's preaching to the choir. It's not changing hearts and minds of people and blah. Anyway, so as far as going to VidCon, you know, I've been expressing that I'm a little anxious about going to it because I am neither famous nor an excitable 14-year-old girl, so I'm in this chasm where, you know, I'm not really on either side of what VidCon is intended to be, but there are still people like me who go, who are not famous and who go to, you know, learn things, to meet other people that, you know, are on our level, maybe like make videos together or something like that. And I go for that reason, because it'd be nice to meet other, you know, mid to small level creators who are just sticking it out. I think that there are very few out there that have been doing it as long as I have, with, you know, so little to show for it, and are still doing it. That is to say, there's few people out there as crazy as I am, but I do think that would be rewarding. And I also have a lot more realistic expectations of what to get out there. You know, VidCon is gigantic. It was already gigantic back the last time I went, you know, 5 years ago, and so of course it's going to be even bigger now. And so I know that I'm not going to happen to run into, you know, people who I used to watch a lot and who I respect or whatever. For one thing, most of them don't go there anymore unless they're paid to go, which VidCon is not going to do because they're not the hot young thing anymore. They're not going to be there, because why? Why go there to, you know, have a memory, have the ghost of memories of when they used to be famous, but now all these 14-year-old girls have never heard of them. So, you know, I'm not going to happen to run into any of these people. I don't care about the new people. I'm trying to watch some of their videos to, you know, research VidCon, go to the featured creators page, and some of them are fine. I mean, their videos aren't bad, but they're still there. It's like watching a TV show, you know, a corporate produced, Hollywood produced TV show. It's not a real person to me anymore. YouTube has become, you know, just this other part of Hollywood, basically. Like, yeah, there's small people out there, but they're not getting front page. They're not getting featured creator passes at VidCon and stuff like that. So I just don't really feel any attachment. Now, maybe if I watched a bunch of their videos, I could get around to it, but there's also the fact that, you know, I'm trying to get attached to people who are already famous, and I don't know, it's just not appealing to me. So, you know, as far as like, if I were to happen to run into these people, which I probably wouldn't anyway, because they're famous and they're currently viral, so yeah, they're not going to be walking around. I don't know. Point being that, you know, I don't have the illusion of going to VidCon and like getting to have an actual conversation with people who have been to the other side of what it is to put all this time and effort into videos and actually have non-perverts, non-haters watch them. Which isn't to say that they don't have their share of perverts and haters. I'm sure they all do, because it's the internet. But the main reason that I want to go is just to be around other people who at least watch online content creators. They don't have to be content creators, but it is so frustrating. You know, when I lived in San Diego, which was, you know, 2 hours away, 3 hours away from LA, I dreaded driving all the way to LA, but now it's like, I could have done it more if I really wanted to be more part of the quote-unquote YouTube community. And of course, you know, I loathe the idea of YouTube having a monopoly on the community because of their whole, you know, yay Nazis, alt-right propaganda, boo, non-sexual nudity, and already censored female nipples, which all the fucking popular websites have. But anyway, you know, like the YouTube space in LA, I went to like one event there once ever. And yeah, it sucks to drive all the way out there, go to like an hour or two event, and then drive all the way back. But, you know, if I had done that, maybe I'd have more connections or whatever. Now that I'm up in Portland, I keep trying to find other content creators out here. I can't seem to find any. There's like maybe one random person with like 2 viewers who does like Call of Duty live streams. And I'm just like, I don't care that much about Call of Duty, and the sun just went behind the clouds, so it got dark in here. I don't care about Call of Duty, and to be honest, like, I'm so strapped in time that maybe in my previous life without kids, I'd be happy to do a video with someone who has even fewer subscribers than me. But for the purposes of trying to grow my channel, it's just not, it'd be fun, but it wouldn't be worth the time. And I hate saying that because I would love it if I, you know, did have the time and the energy to just do stuff for fun, but you know, maybe someday when the kids are in daycare and stuff, if my dad does get enough retirement to pay for it. Because he says he wants to. He says, like, you know, oh, I'm not physically strong enough to, like, clean house and stuff, so at least I can put the kids in whatever. But anyway, so what I hope to get out of VidCon is being around other people who at least understand the excitement of online video and stuff like that. Because it's lonely being up here and not even meeting people who watch YouTube videos. That's what's so weird, you know, before COVID hit, I was sort of starting to connect with some of the local performers, like the burlesque performers and the raunchy comedy performers and, you know, LGBTQ activists and stuff like that. And a lot of them just don't really do online stuff. They'll like talk to people on Facebook. That's it. That's their extent of online stuff. And it's probably healthier because online world is terrible, but it just doesn't, it's a barrier for me to get to know them because, you know, they don't have the experience of like trying to navigate the line between friendship and fan and the difficulties of dealing with haters and the technical aspects of it all and everything. Or the handful that are content creators, not necessarily YouTubers, but, you know, like pretty big Instagram posters and stuff like that. They're on like another level where all of a sudden it's on the flip side and I feel like, you know, why am I wasting their time talking? And like, it's just really hard to find people that are on my level of passionate about content creation, but not super famous at it and actually, you know, has some idea what goes into it. So anyway, basically I want to go to VidCon and do that. And there's also a small part of me that hopes that, you know, at least some of the people that I talk to regularly on Twitter and stuff might be there. I'm not holding my breath because for one thing, most of the people I have legitimate conversations with are older. They're mostly just like nudists who have no real interest. Like they'll watch my videos, but they have no interest in making their own videos. And they're certainly not interested in going to a giant convention that's 90%, you know, screaming teenage girls and okay, not 90, there's like 80% screaming teenage girls, 15%, you know, current hot young, you know, whatever viral people, and then 5% just industrial, like, you know, corporate people trying to find influencers to pay to shill their products and stuff like that. Maybe more like 15, whatever the percentage is. None of those groups are appealing to a lot of the people that do follow me here. And I get it. I mean, it's going to be expensive for me to get out there anyway, and I'm probably going to be like, why am I here? But again, I'm not going to go there hoping to like run into people that I actually want to have a conversation with as far as like people that have been doing it for a while. That's not going to happen. That's fine. I want to go find people that are on the same level as me, just talk to them. Maybe I can somehow make use of like the VidCon Discord and stuff like that to meet people or to make friends with people so that I can meet them there. Of course, that Discord is mostly just, again, teenage girls trying to get personal contact info for their current internet crushes. I get it. I too was a teenage girl at one point. I don't think I was ever like obsessive about celebrities online or otherwise, but although I do have to share one thing, and it feels really crappy to say,